Mm. Is it bad? I feel like it's disgusting.
They open up the ready. I guess they said they put somebody on fire.
That's at 14:37. Okay, I was about to say, wait.
I paid for this separate. The rest of it. Yeah, those just those two. You said 263. Okay. I had to do it the smart way. Oh yeah, use the wisdom. Like they say, the old school wisdom. Makes sense, though. No, bro. That's not what I'm saying. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about when I was holding the phone. Well, I had the phone down, and then I had the whole my other stuff while I had to hold my hand because my other hand was full. Yeah, and it was funny. I guess you have to be. That's when your wisdom kick in then, because wisdom wisdom is different from being educated. People think high IQ, and I showed people. I'm gonna keep doing it though. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep showing the people the difference between a high IQ and the high IQ does never supersede being wise. I'm telling you, I would rather take wise And it took my mother to help me understand that. I would rather be wise than to be s- educated. Smart don't mean nothing either. You can be smart dumb. But when you got the most high wisdom, that's all you need. It's the greatest. Have you ever heard people say the greatest, the greatest book on the shelf? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to mute this thing because they got music in here because YouTube copyrights the video. I don't know if y'all can hear that music. Well, it went off for a few minutes. It might come back on though. It'll be good if it stay off until I can get out the stove, complete everything that I'm doing. Hold on, yeah, I might have to turn it off. Hold on. I'll come out cheaper just to get a. Let's see. Do they? Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to turn to keep the music off. Cause hold on, I got to turn it off. The music went down for a few minutes. I might have to turn it back off. Cause I don't know if y'all let me know in this right now if y'all can hear the music in this part of the video. All right, I'm gonna cut it off because I don't want copyright. I gotta keep it off till I get out the door. I got it back on. I'm at the store. We got had that music on in there, so I couldn't have the YouTube. They still got that law to give you copyright. They got their own law. I wish they didn't have that law though. I really do. But when a platform is, you don't, you know what I'm saying? They control the platform. They do what they want. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would come. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. I'll talk about that on another channel. I'll talk about some other stuff. Yeah, but they'll copyright your video. We say things about the way we're being handled. We talk about the history about people, what happened, talk about the slave trade, things like that. Which that's what I talk about on this channel. You can't talk about it, or they'll shut you down real quick. Yeah, they'll shut you down real quick, homie. I ain't got nothing really serious right now to talk about, but eventually I will. Eventually I will. But I was looking at a video earlier today. I did a video. You know what I'm saying? I'm tell you something about it. Uh, they had this video where it said that the runner, the chaser, was running away. It was a so-called police chase, right? And the people, the suspect, the video was entitled "Tried to Kill the Other Deputy" or something. And the so-called white man, you can go and you can see I was really fired up in that video for what he said. Now, this is what I said. I said, now they need to see by him saying, if you tried to kill my partner, I'll kill you. That's what the so-called white man told the black man. That pissed me off, right? All right. Here's what I said. Now they should get a taste of how they feel, how we feel. You know what I'm saying? When they be coming out here killing our people, police brutality. Just think about all of the families that they didn't care about. None of the family members that would be affected and hurt and crying behind over their family members. And yeah, he didn't. They don't think about that. But when you attempt to do something to their people and stuff like that, your people is the one. They people is the one coming over here starting the crime. How you gonna go somewhere, start some damn crime, then come back? We being brainwashed into the white European culture, and then get mad when we commit the crime that they started. Make that make sense? How you gonna commit a crime? I mean, excuse me, come over here, start crime, and then lock the person up for committing the crime that you claim that they did when y'all started the shit. So If you go back and look at that last video I did before this one, man, under this video, you'll see I was going off, man, because they ought to see how we feel. I said in that video, I said, good. They should have been trying to kill them so-called white police. I wish they would have. That's what I said. Yeah, and I do, and I mean that, and I won't change that. You know why? Because look at all of the people that, look how they celebrate Thanksgiving. Just imagine how, for those of us who are woke and understand and the meaning of it, we'll be pissed off about that. So just imagine how we feel when they celebrate Thanksgiving, the slaughter of our people, right? Just think about how we feel. You know what I mean? How we lost a lot of loved ones, how they killed Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland was hung. Even a lot of our black children today still get hung. Just imagine what those mothers feel when them so-called white police officers, so-called, kill and shoot one of them unarmed. Cause, hold on. Shooting one of them, shooting our people unarmed. So you just get white folks just getting a dose of their medicine. They ain't seen nothing yet though when the Most High get through with them. Because we're not violent people, we're naturally peaceful people. If you go back and look at the beginning of that book, and I encourage everybody that can to get it, it's called what you call that book? A People's History of the United States. A People's History of the United States. If you get that, or whatever, if you get that and read that from the beginning, you're gonna see how the Native American people was trying to be peaceful with the so-called white people. They came over here, colonized them. They said, we'll give you whatever you want. You ain't got to do us no harm. That's what it said. Go get it. We'll give you whatever you want. And we just live peacefully with it. That's all we ask. But the so-called white man didn't want that. So how you gonna make crime and then talk about if you do the crime, do the time? I would never tell that I'm woke and I done woke and then came to the truth. It ain't no fucking way in hell I'm gonna tell a black, Hispanic, and Native American no shit like that. Not me. I'm not gonna say it. Now, you may have other Israelite camps that don't support what I say. They may not support it. Some of the elderly people may not support it. But me personally, I'm spirit led not to support that. Because how you going to, the only thing that I would say behind that is just get away from the so-called white man's holidays and they customs and everything that they stand for, because what they doing, they're keeping you and they trying to keep you in sin. That's all it is. Keep you sinning against your God so you can die right along with them. They don't care about you going in them stores spending money. When I looked at that video was 1 day ago. They uploaded it to their YouTube channel of that 1 day ago. And he told him, you tried to kill my partner, I'll kill you. This is what the so-called white had the gun pointed at him at the same time. They finally apprehended them at the store, but I wish they still could have got them. I really do. They need to start. I'm going to pray to God that they start getting away more. Because these so-called white people, they be doing our people wrong. They really do. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all know me. I'm just straight up raw. Yeah, I'm just straight up raw. I keep it all the way 100. I don't. So what I'm gonna tell the truth about it? What would you look like? I feel I'll be a damn fool is to say, hey, you do the crime, you do the time, and all that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not giving place to the enemy like that. I'm not giving place and giving credit to them starting shit coming over here. That's like hyping them up. Oh, okay, he hyping us up. Okay, even though we started it, he still is saying, if you do the crime, do the time. No, because the ancestors from decades ago, centuries ago, centuries and centuries ago, is the one that set that thing up like that. You know, that because their intentions were is to come over here and destroy us mentally. So happily blessed, we blessed. A lot of us is waking up and refusing to be a dummy. That I saw being a fool. Like I saw a lady in that knew us. We grew up together. I knew her. I think I told her, I said, I remember your face. And to make the long story short, as soon as I mentioned something about her, she was asking me, is I'm in church. I said, no, I don't go to no, I don't attend nothing. Then she asked me, you working? I said, not right now, I'm not. She asked me about my mother, yeah, how old my mother is. I told, things of that nature. She asked me where we live in. I live about Albertsons, I think that's what I said. And then I said, yeah. She said, yeah, I go to church and this and that and the third. I said, well, look, have you heard? I said, do you know the Bible's a history book? That's how I started it off. And then she said, yeah, it's only one God. I said, what God? I said, because there are many lords and many gods. That's what really, all of it, hell broke loose. The conversation, a short conversation, I didn't talk with her long, but that short conversation went from 0 to all the way to 6 to 9. Meaning that she went off, boy, when I went to telling her that as soon as I said the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people were the real Jews according to the Bible, man, that's where it all hell broke loose. It's almost like they familiar with that. This is what I really wanted to say. Christians, what I really realized, Christian people really they really hate the Bible. That's what it all boils down to. They hate the Bible. They can't stand the Bible. They haters of God, really. Because Christianity is tied and connected. White supremacy, so-called white folk, they created Christianity. Because in Christianity, you can do whatever you want to do. Anything is justified in Christianity. Anything. You can do anything. You can go in a Catholic church and you can be a Catholic priest and be a molester. You can do everything under Roman Catholicism. You can do all of that. You can do whatever you want in Christianity. That's why a lot of people don't want to give it up. They so used to being up under it because it's like it's a drug. It's like walking up to a drug addict and telling him drugs is no good for him, right? When you walk up to people and tell them, they go to saying, oh, it's one God, one Lord. That's somebody that you cannot, no matter what how many they're going to debate you. So I'm like this here. You don't debate people that don't do research. So I just told her, I said, do your research. I do. I said, well, you need to keep on staying in research. That's what I told her. Keep on research. I was letting her know you got a long ways to go. Just like I do. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? And this is white supremacy. White supremacy. That's how it is when you under Christianity. And I followed that shit for many years. But if I would have listened to my mother, I wish I would have been woke up long time ago. Because I used to be up under that. Adventist is not in the Bible. Keeping the Sabbath is in the Bible, but Adventist is not in the Bible. You're not going to see Adventist nowhere in the Bible. God says, speak unto the children of Israel. He didn't say speak unto Seventh-day Adventists. He says, speak to them. Speak to the children of Israel. And then Exodus 20 and verse 8 says, remember the Sabbath day. It didn't say remember the Adventists, 7-day Adventists. That they added that word on to that. He didn't say speak to no 7-day Adventists. He said speak to the children of Israel. Yeah, man. People is drunk from. That's why he described America in Revelation 18 and Revelation chapter 14 and 1. He said, although who drank of the wine of the wrath of God, the wine of the of Babylon is talking about the wine of the teachings, the wines of in the bed with America. You're spiritually in the bed with America. You're spiritually fornicating with the ways and the customs of Europeans. You are committing spiritual fornication when it comes, meaning that you are subscribed to their traditions, their customs, their culture. Thanksgiving is the white European culture. It's in their nature to natural, because it wasn't that so-called white man that was so-called one that was working for the police department. He had no problem saying, you kill my partner, I will kill you. He had no problem saying that. He wasn't, you know what? That's hatred. That's how much they hate us. They don't care. That's how come they can, that's why they don't want to get rid of that gun law. But they the one came over here and started war. Mm-hmm. You started it, but when our people finish it, you get oh, they committing the crime. Really? I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna tell them that too. And then again, I said it's really a waste of time talking to y'all because we not the same people. Then you got some brothers that done strayed away from the truth on here, going back and telling God. That means they didn't accept and believe what they was reading from the beginning. They didn't have no foundation in God then. I'll be back, y'all. I'll see y'all when I get home.